Same thing with Lauren London. That's all Lotto is in hip hop. She's nothing but the Lauren London new character. You know what I mean? The ghetto fabulous character. You know, that's how they all do. They all come out of the whole thing. Remember, Lauren London was a straight agent, and Rashad thought that she was, one of him. You know, she thought because he looked like her, he thought that she was, really for the cause, really trying to just make it, trying to be a person that wasn't trying to seduce him and trying to get him on track and throw him off and bring chaos into his life. Remember, that's what was going on. Remember, she was living in a castle. You know what I mean? And she wanted to be one of them to try to keep the chaos going. Remember, she'd park her BMW and then walk so she can act like she catching the bus, remember? That's the whole thing, how they do. They just run those psyops all day. So you remember, like I was saying, how 21 Savage was from London, all of the London connection in the movies, etc. So I'm going to get into this right quick. You remember Revelation 8, as it's written in verse 3, and another angel came and stood at the altar having golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with all the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar, which was before the throne. And the smoke and the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before God out of the hand of the angel. So you remember on the movie Get Out, remember how she was telling me we need to stop you from smoking. And then remember once she hypnotized him, remember she sent them into that sunken place. He never wanted to smoke again because they want to remove the mind of Christ. They want to remove the Holy Ghost from people's lives so that they can go to work on people. That's how they destroy people. Get that smoke out your life. Get that whole theme of, sending up those prayers, the Lord's Prayer to our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, prayer, thy kingdom come. That will be done on earth as it is in heaven. They don't want people praying that prayer. They don't want people knowing the Lord's Prayer to pray the kingdom in. They want to get that smoke out of you. They don't want that to be the finale, when them prayers are sent up of all the saints. You see what I mean? When the Exodus fulfilled. That's why I remember on Sinners, remember you had smoke. Remember you would always be smoking a cigarette and cigars. That all goes to the incense of the Lord in the final day when those prayers are, ascended up to God when the Exodus fulfills. That's why you had Annie and Smoke, Annie, Louisiana, and Smoke, Annie. And excuse to like whitewashing, but you see that's why they already know how everything comes together. Because they already know, when you understand Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim, remember you had Joseph, who comes out of Jacob, who's obviously Israel. And then you have, remember Joseph was married unto the Egyptian. Remember he was married with the Egyptian that he was given by Pharaoh. So the seed already gonna be the father anyway, the lineage. Remember how he was connected to the Egyptian anyway. He brought forth his children. He brought forth the whole theme of Ephraim. Remember that. So all of that stuff comes together. So they already know how the gathering is going to happen anyway. So that's why they try to use it on their side to cause chaos. Remember through Ephraim comes Joshua, who inherited the promised land. Remember he got the land of Canaan that was promised unto Israel. So remember he fulfilled the mission. So that's why they already scared of that. So they try to use it on their side to conquer, keep the chaos going, and cause disruption in people's lives. That's why they use that red bone thing so heavy in the industry. Because that trickles down into real people's lives, because real people are influenced by these devils, these possessed masons.